Hi guys, welcome back. So I wanted to make this video for a while, but I didn't have the opportunity to film it. And as you may see from the title, I want to share all the language apps or language related apps I have on my phone, go through them and just share, do I actually legitimately use them or they just taking space on my device. So let's get started. Okay, so here is it. I have actually 16 apps, so let's try to go through them as quick as I can. So first we have Duolingo, and I think it's the only app I use relatively regularly. Wow, I have a 5-day strike. I can't lose it today. Great news. So I have here French, German, English. I've actually tried to start Polish. The only thing I don't like is that Duolingo has Polish course only for English speakers, I guess. Maybe for some other languages, but they don't have Polish for Russian speaker. And you know, when I try to read Polish words, I see the similarities between Polish and Russian and Belarusian, and when I have to translate it to English, it's too much brain work, so might have to find another app to practice it. And for English, I actually haven't opened it for a while. I think the last time I've used it for English was even before the crown system, and I've just went to the very end and unlocked all the courses, get the golden owl, and that's basically it. With German, I haven't used it for a while, I guess. Yeah, it's only a couple of beginner courses. Now I mostly use it for French. So what I did, I think the last year I went through half of the Duolingo course, or approximately half. So there's quite a lot of unlocked lessons, but I've also opened quite a lot of them. So what I do now, I went to the very beginning, and now I'm trying to get the highest level for each of the topics. So I went through 3, 5, 6 maximum. I also have a couple of level 4, level 3, but most of them it's in the beginning stage. So I'm very slowly going through all of them, mostly on my way to work. And yeah, that's it. Mostly use it for French. Let's move to another app. I have Tiny Cards installed. It's related to Duolingo. I believe it's like flashcards for the Duolingo course. I've never ever opened it. I think I didn't ever log in. Yes? Well, let's see. I think I've never opened it before. Yeah, I'm not in a login. Cool. Let's look at it. Did you find it? Yeah. Yeah, okay. It's not exactly what I expected. Ukrainian letters? Wow. So it's not exactly... It's the Duolingo course. It's countries of Europe. History of Americas. Wow. You know, I probably have to actually look at it, like, properly. I've never opened it before. So what if I will search? I don't know. What sounds obviously French? I don't know. Famille. Let's type famille. Yeah, there's some desks with famille. Okay. Nice. I'm not a huge fan of flashcards out, but anyway, yeah, okay. It will take too much time. Let's move on. I have drops. Well, I like the design of that app for the most part of it. I had some issues with the font, actually. It's funny because so I was using it for French, and drops has some exercises where you need to construct the word or expression letter by letter, and if it's for example something like il neige or I don't know, il brille. Yeah, like the sun is shining. So the capital I and smaller L, it's look exactly the same. Maybe it's like a couple of pixels different, but I can distinguish it. So a lot of the time I get the word wrong, so it's moved to like repeat section only because I keep trying all the letters which looks like capital I for me, and the actually L, and so I eventually get them wrong. Oh, I think that updated something since I think I used it like literally a couple of days ago, and it's a little bit, the design is a little bit different. The bottom tab at least, I think. Well, yeah, I have some topics that went through the foods, I think some of the countries, shapes, adjectives, forget how to say it, transport, city, vacation, shopping. Yeah, I didn't go through it a lot, mostly because first of all it's only 5 minutes, then when I started using it, I've tried to go through the topics I've studied in a different apps or by myself or something else, so to repeat them, and I haven't started new topics because with that app it's quite hard. Like you have only 5 minutes per day on the free version. If you're on a strike, then I think they give you like half of a minute per day or something like that, but it has a limit of like probably 10 minutes or maybe 8 minutes. So I haven't went through it quite a lot. Yeah, my only issue is the font. Also some voiceovers are weird, so like some intonations, somewhere it's completely normal, and then it's like too loud or just like with weird excitement, and it's just, I don't know. Overall, it's nice app, I think. It's quite a lot of different exercises. That's I like. Then Quizlet. Well, I haven't used it for a while, but before I was using this quite a lot. French for English. Let's look at French. It's mostly what I did. So let me show you my notebook. So let's open something. Like for example, here in the cities, I have quite a lot of words, some illustrations, so most of it like it's transport, and in the city, so I have, for example, Quizlet folder with different words related to it. So made a couple of these. Also, I think I've seen a couple of posts on Tumblr with like the most useful words or something like that. And well, they are separated on the topics, so also went through that topics and made some for it, but yeah, no, I don't have a lot. Oh, and I think I've deleted on my English folders. I used to use it for reading the books, so when I was reading I was taking screenshots and then just, you know, saving all the words I don't know and putting them in a Quizlet modular, but it didn't work well. For most of the time it wasn't the words like I will use a lot, and out of context it was so hard to remember them, so eventually I've stopped using them, I guess. Or maybe I still had them. Yeah, I have think 2. I've deleted one of the book already. Yeah, also some other modules added, but yeah, another thing, I'm trying to make each module very specific, so just one topic, and made it quite small. So I think for French. The biggest one is like 41 phrases, but it's like all the phrases like thank you, hello, goodbye, good evening, blah blah blah. So maybe I could divide it in like maybe 2 modules, but I decided not to. I like the system like that, but for example, I have one module by someone else, which I just edited. I think it's French to English, just 1000 most common French words. It's like 1000 words in one module. I've spent quite a while just going through it once. Just going through all of the flashcards. It's insane. I don't understand why people do that. I don't think I've reused it after that. Well, let's move on. I have a bubble installed, but I also think I've never ever opened it. Let's check. I think I've never ever used it. Yeah, it suggests me to sign in or log in, but I will not do that at the moment. I've heard it's a really good app, but for free you will be limited for free version. So I don't know. Closemaster. Interesting idea. I thought I'd sign up into it, but I don't remember. Maybe I just played without saving. I don't like the interface. You know, there is something cool in that like pixelated 80s game style, but for studying apps I don't like it. For the websites which are supposed to give you a lot of information, I don't like it. It's hard to read that font. It's hard to read. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Just the design part of it. It's like, the only thing I like about this app, it has Belarusian. I think it's quite limited amount of phrases. I think. Yeah, but it has Belarusian to English. So yeah, like for that. Definitely like for that. Overall, yes, the selection of languages is really great. So if you are looking for maybe some smaller languages or something specific languages, you might check Closemaster if you don't have any other options. But I personally I don't like it because of the design. Well, let's try it for something. So that's why I've opened it a couple of times. I played with it a little bit. Mostly I was interested in what do they have for Belarusian. I've played it in that part, and I don't think I've used it specifically for studying. Memrise. Well, also never used it. I've installed it before they separated the like official courses from user courses. I think they moved it in a even separate app, or they preparing separate app for that. I've installed Memrise even before it was enough, specifically for user specific courses, and I haven't used it at all. I don't think I even have a profile. You see, I am doing great. I'm installing some stuff and I'm not using it. Also, the fun thing, I also have quite a lot of apps in my Google Play wishlist. I think I will open it in the end of the video. I'll show you as well. No thanks. What? My time zone is not related to something else time zone. Bye. I don't have time for that. Monthly languages. I don't really like this app because of the interface. I've tried it a bit. Yep. I think I've tried it for French only. But let's have a look at it. Okay, so it have hello, everyday lesson, chatbot, basic vocabulary, airport, restaurant. That's weird. I think I've selected some kind of specific course, but I have a lot of travel related stuff. In the beginning. Wait a minute, what do I have in settings? French, okay. Okay, no? Nothing else? I was legitimately sure they have some specific settings, types of lessons. Pum, pum, pum. Here I have a little bit different order. What's that? No, I don't want pronouns, thank you. I think I will delete this app. I don't like it. I think it's a little bit overwhelming. And yeah, I legitimately thought that they had different settings for like travel and just like regular. Or maybe it's what in drops. I don't remember. But well, yeah. Whatever. I've tried it and basically I thought, yeah, maybe I will use it, but I think I haven't touched it for a year. Well, linguist. Oh well. I don't remember why I installed it. I think they had some like separate courses, but I didn't found it anywhere in the app or on a website. So I have no idea. So I've tried it for French, and I think it's just like you are inserting words in the phrases. Okay, let's try that one.
La ville, la maison, la semaine.
Or maybe not. Yeah, okay. Oh, maybe like cards. Yeah, in cards you need to insert stuff.
La vie.
No idea.
Chose.
Shows.
La chose.
Okay, I have a recording button over my keyboard, so let's move on. And yeah, it's have exercises, so that's actually cool app. I don't know why I haven't used it. When I installed it, I think I had some issues because with changing course. I don't remember. Maybe I thought it was I will use it for a different language. Maybe it just had some bugs. We look so helpful with great. Google Translate. Fun thing, I have it installed, and I think I have a couple of dictionaries downloaded. But for most of the time, I still open the Google Chrome and go to their website, and I don't use their app. I don't know why. It's just maybe it's just I get used to it. So maybe I'll just delete it. Oh well, Tandem. I had a weird experience with all the apps which mean for language exchange, because how do I say that? I'm not an extroverted person. If I will go and try to get to know someone on the internet, it's usually like I'm reading this person's blog, or I'm following them because they like drawing, or I watch them on YouTube or something else. So I follow their social media activities or their creative stuff, so I like know person a little bit. I know their interests, and I start to like comment a little bit and all that stuff. So I'm not going straight into the DMs and starting a conversation. I'm not like that. So for the language exchange apps, even if person has a nice bio with all their interests and some like meaningful stuff which you can use to start a conversation, it's hard anyway. So I've tried to use this a little bit, but honestly, like, it wasn't good for me, unfortunately, but I still have it. You know, I'm in a weird situation now because with English I'm quite okay, so I can use it just like by watching people, following people, and get to know them that way, and starting the conversations that way. But with French I'm quite limited, so I just even if like I'm trying to watch, for example, French YouTube, I can't leave a big meaningful comment and just can say yeah, that's cool, or something like that. So it's hard to get friends in French, so I'm living tandem for that purpose. So when I will improve my French a bit, so I can at least have a conversation, so I can use it to practice. But for now it's just taking space. Let's move next. Bilingual. That is for reading, and I really like it, but unfortunately I haven't used it a lot. No. Hey, I had an account. I don't want a premium. Hey, I don't want a premium. Oh, okay. So what's the idea? It's for reading, and you will see this in 2 languages. So here, for example, on the top I have French version and I have Russian version. And I wanna make like
À la supérette.
voiceover. So also I believe I can just launch to read it all. I think I also can hide one of the versions. I think so. Or maybe they changed the interface a little bit. Yeah, you can scroll them separately, so I think they select, yeah. So if I select the phrase in one language, they select the corresponding phrase in a different language. So overall, the app is cool. The only thing is, yeah, let's have a free version and premium version, and I think you have a very limited number of texts available for free. But overall I think it's pretty cool app. I don't remember does it work offline or not, honestly. But if you want to practice your reading, I could recommend it. I also think that voiceovers is really cool. Maybe one problem could be the text itself, because now I think they updated a little bit, but for example, here they had a Little Mermaid, and you know, with translating a fiction, it would not be exact translation, like word by word. The translator would add something, change something to express the meaning of the text in the best way they think. So you will not get exact translation. So when you are reading the sentence, you would see it's a bit different. So, but now when I open it, I think they added quite a lot of just dialogues or topic related text. Yeah, I think that would be great. But let's move on. French grammar textbook, I guess. And the interface of it, it's not really pleasable. Also, again, it's just have grammar and like levels A1, A2, B1, B2, and that's it. So also it's all in French. So really, if I don't know what I want, I'm lost. So I've tried it like a bit, and it's like, I don't know what's mean adjective qualificative. I have no idea what is it. So maybe it would be better for the people who have like a high level in French, probably. Well, oh, and they also suggest me download something or subscribe to something. Linky. I don't think I've ever used it. I don't remember. Oh no, it's a dictionary. Right, it's a dictionary. So yeah, it's also dictionary. We have offline dictionaries. I don't know where I find it. I think I've seen it in some like recommendations on master posts on Tumblr, again some list of resources. And it is offline, but let's be honest. Especially lately, I've updated to a different mobile plan, and I have like 8 gigabytes per month, and it's not include like YouTube and social networks because they are like free traffic, and they like use 4, so it's easier for me to turn on the internet and use Google Translate. It's maybe the only thing would be if I will have no access to internet, like for example I'm on a train and the internet connection is really bad and overall mobile connection is really bad, so maybe in this case it would be great, but honestly I don't think I've used it. Maybe a couple of times. German words with something, because probably reword. Oh, and I guess I haven't used it as well. Okay, my native is Russian. Yeah, I think I've never opened it. We have different categories to study. Don't really like the idea of that. Let's see.
Woher?
Well, yeah, let's leave it for a better moment. Oh, and letra. I think they have separate apps for separate languages. That one I've used. It is for studying articles in German, so selecting right article for right gender. So you need to know what gender the word is. Yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong. Das is correct. And also I think it showed the notes when you select a lot of incorrect options, I guess, or something like that. Interface is pretty okay, so if you wanna specifically check and study that part of German language, then great. But yeah, for now that's pretty much all the apps. And let's be honest, I think I might delete like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of it probably, and don't regret it. But let's have a look at the another apps I had on wish list to try. Okay, it's something to study vocabulary in French. 10,000 words and phrases. I think it's flashcards. Grammar test, English grammar tests. Why I've edited? Okay. Next lingua. Don't know where I found it. 12 levels, free dictionary, grammar. I think it has some funny exercises, but I think the languages are really limited. It says English, French, Spanish, Portugal, and Russian. Portuguese and Russian. Dutch level A1. I think I found a website of some kind, and they had their app to study words for their courses, but I don't remember the website, so I don't know, is it usable separately or not? It better be. Well, I have quite a lot of crappy weird apps. I really need to clean this list. Russian sign language. But I don't know, is it animated or it's like just photographs? And the overall interface doesn't look great. I must admit that the developers probably use some very basic and quite old standard design components, and it doesn't have a good design at all. I probably had something else. I'm pretty sure. Oh, Speaky. I think it's something like Tandem. More than 1 million users, practice 110 plus languages with native for free. Yeah, I guess it's something like Tandem. Basically. But I haven't even used Tandem a lot, so it's just here. Hello Talk. Not meant for children. Great remark. I don't know. I think there was two really similar websites. I mean similar names. Hello Talk is something else, and I've used the website. But I don't think I've actually used Hello Talk. Alphabet too. Practice in English. So it's just a game to construct words. I will remove it right away. It's look like too much like a game. And we lost our place. Oh, finally, there's somewhere in the bottom. So something for French. I don't know what's. Améliorer votre français. Maybe improve your French. Improve your spelling, grammar. And everything else is in French, not translated. Cool. Also very basic design, and I see the advertisements. Great. But well, yeah, might be useful. Then I have quite a lot of apps for Irish, because I think last year I had a plan to study Irish for a month, but it never happened. But I have Irish music radio, beginner Irish learning, Irish language in everyday use, probably in everyday life. Radio Ireland, Irish Gaelic with Nemo. So I'm pretty well equipped. If I will finally start to learn Irish, I can just download bunches of stuff and I'm good. Practice English dialogues. So I think it's not practice with natives, but it's like bot, or just had a bunch of dialogues. You kind of chatting with the app. So it's look like you messaging with something, someone, but I've never tried it. The actual idea is nice. I would be probably more comfortable practicing French if I will know that I'm just talking with my phone and not with a real person who can judge me. Well, French grammar. Again, never tried that one. Also, that one I've actually used for a while as a website. I think it had quite a lot of language selection. I don't remember why I stopped. Probably as I remember, the free version is quite limited, so they don't have grammar. So like kind of each topic has some blocks, and I think for free version they only had like vocabulary flashcards and final test. And for paid versions, I think they had grammar, they had text with audio and some other exercises. So probably that's why I stopped using it. But I think that app had Polish for Russian speaker. Oh no. I'm a bit confused. I've opened the screenshot here, and in the list of language in the end they had Russian, but it's Polish flag, right? Well, the overall app was quite nice. To langblr, study English, Polish, German. Probably I've added because of the Polish. Interfaces looks a little bit weird and kind of edgy. Ukrainian, Czech, French. I need to deal with the apps I've already had. Yeah. Le Monde, study French easy. Hello Pal. Probably I've used Hello Pal. I don't remember. Oh no, maybe I don't. So there's quite a lot of different websites for language practice. Surprisingly a lot. But my language is just like not that cool. Yeah, you know, like if I would install all of the apps, I would probably have like 30 language apps, and it's definitely not all of the apps I've ever seen. But the power of advertisement, like people mostly know about Duolingo. Yeah, but like you see this. If you don't like flashcards, there's quite a lot of grammar specific apps for with exercises. Like, you know, you can find anything basically if you would like to. So as you can tell, I first of all really bad at using my apps. Second of all, I always hope that even if I don't like the app, I will get back to using it, and it's never happened. So I probably need just to clean my device and don't use it all that stuff I don't need and which just takes space. I don't know, should I ask for an app recommendation, because you might tell that I've tried a lot and I don't use them, so I need to deal with the apps I already installed and kind of was using. But you know, if you have the app you like really loved and it's worked super well for you, like you may recommend it. Maybe you will click with me on some inner level, just like touch some strings of my soul and thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.